It's our nation, it's our country. We've got to build it together. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Our time has now moved on to 45 seconds, and that's after the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning to you. Let us pray.
Morning to Mr. Andrew and morning to the nation. This morning, Lord, to give you thanks, to give you praise, to glorify your name. We thank you for putting us to bed. We thank you for those who are lucky to see the morning rising sun. Father, as peace be on this spot, I bow peace, Lord, and all that there is. Let the unknown peace of God and let the manner of peace abide. Father, let us spirit now come down and let the blessing take its place, and Son of Peace receive my cry. Fullness, Lord, of the gospel reading this morning, blessed Lord. The most important thing in our life is the breath you breathe unto each and every one of us. This morning, Lord, I'm thanking you for it. Father, I bring the nation before you this morning, Lord. Father God, pass by Carrico land, pass by Pitimatnik land, pass by Grenada land, pass by all your children, this our blessed Lord, wheresoever they locate, guide them and protect them. Joy you cut in and give them a peep down, prop them on any bending side. Do for them, Lord, or they cannot do for themselves. Father, where there is darkness, put light. Where there is light, make it more bright. Father, pass by every home, this our blessed Lord. Pass by the sick and afflicted one. Father, those on the hospital bed, those that cannot help themselves. This morning, blessed Lord. I bring listers of sacrifice before you this morning, blessed Lord. Father, pass by the hospital, this our blessed Lord. I know, God, you is good. I know, God, you is merciful. I know, God, there is nothing you cannot do for your children this morning, Lord. Pass by the hospital this morning. Pass by the bed where Lister lie down on. Father, touch him from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot. Father, make him what you want him to be. Father, please, Jesus, I'm asking you to help him and the nurses and them. Help them this hour, Lord, that they able to help him this hour to resurrect him, thou be so pleased. Father, not he alone, but all the others, Lord. Remember them in a marked and special way. But, oh God, and our Father, this our blessed Lord, I bring the doctors before you, Lord. Educate them for yourself. Give them the brain of retenant, that they're able to read and to understand what they should do for the patient. This our blessed Lord. The nurses I bring, this our blessed Lord. My God and my King, all those who are walking with them, Master. Remember Lister this morning, blessed Lord. Father, take that son in charge if thou be so pleased. Remember him, Mother, Lord. Father, give her the strength, give her the faith, give her the courage. Help her to run up and to run down. My God and my King, this our Lord. Pass by the school children this morning. Remember them, Jesus. Father, take them in charge if thou be so please. Pass by the teachers, I bring them before you this hour, Lord. Father, thanking you for every one of those children what pass the CPA this hour, Lord. Thank you for the teachers this hour, blessed Lord. My God and my King this hour, blessed Lord. Not forgetting me, Grandma, bring before you this hour, Lord. Remember that by name and by number. Thanking you, Jesus, for him this hour, Master. Reach out and touch him this hour, blessed Lord. My God and my King. Father, reach out and touch all you children wheresoever they locate. Remember the entire force I bring before you. Pass by our police station this hour, Lord. Reach out and touch each and every one. The SSU I bring before you. Pass by the camp this hour, Lord. Pass by them if thou be so pleased. The boat on the ocean, even the plane in the air, bring them before you, Lord. Remember them this hour, blessed Lord. Remember Dr. Kid by name and by number. Reach out and touch that son if thou be so pleased. Have mercy on him this hour, Lord. My God and my King. I bring Mr. Andrew before you this hour, Lord. Remember that son if thou be so pleased. Take him in charge if thou be so pleased. Guide him and protect him. Keep him on praying wrong and him non watchful thumb. Pass by the home you learn unto him. Keep it safe night and day. My God and my King. The radio station I bring before you. Remember the Focam and the Bungling Center. Even the Chasla, the door, the entire of the gap, the surrounding of the yard. I bring that place before you this hour, blessed Lord. The old spring of the body, I bring them before you. Wheresoever they locate, guide them and protect them. Keep them in the act of safety this hour, Lord. Provide for each and every one of them this hour, Lord. The staff I bring before you. You know them by the name and in their own number. You are acquainted to each and every one of them. I ask in your Lord for eyes of faith and eyes of mercy. Help them to spot the danger far and near. Bind them together this hour, Lord. Remember the buses, the driver, the conductor, the passenger, even the plane in the air this hour, Lord. I bring it before you, Lord. Remember the surrounding. Remember our village. Remember our parish, Lord. Remember each and every one this hour, Master. Take all your children in charge if thou be so pleased. What can I tell you concerning all your children? We are your sheep in the pasture, and you know each and every one of us by our different voices. You say, Rock of Ages, clear forth, and let we hide ourselves in thee, and let the water run the blood, and by the woman siding through. Father, we thanking you, Lord, for good time. We thanking you for bad time. We thanking you what is pleasing to you this hour, Lord, my God and my King. In no other name, but only in your Jesus' almighty name. Our Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, what I will tell you are there as usual. And how is you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Yes.
I had a kind of a tough weekend because I had cricket.
Yes, I realize
So that was kind of tough. Oops. Sorry.
Yes, I realize that.
Yeah, it was kind of tough because of
when
the.
I come out to church. Yes, I join it.
Yeah, so.
Yes. You didn't make the message to give me?
I didn't get the person on the phone.
Oh, well, same thing like me?
Yeah, I didn't get the person on the phone. I tried a couple of times and I didn't get any. I will try again today.
But what I say the person could call me too? If I call you and I can get you, you could call me?
Of course. But I will try again today.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you're good?
Yes.
What you cook this morning?
I don't cook. I make breakfast.
What you make?
I had bread, but I make.
Pea bread. Okay. Well, yeah, I say okay.
So I do lunch and meat with onion and pepper and so on. I do it up and I make me cocotti.
Most you tried hold that man.
Well, me to hold him, not you.
No, I don't do him.
Well, it's me that have to hold him, because it's mine.
Every day that cocotti.
The man like the cocotti and I like it.
Every day.
And I have a little granny more like it again.
Well, oh boy.
So all of us like it.
Are you whole, we?
Yes, we like it, so let we drink it.
Okay. Oh boy. Every day that cocotti every day.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I know.
When you drink cocotti in the morning, you're good for the day, you know.
Good.
You don't want to eat again if you don't have nothing to eat, you know.
Oh, okay. I'll try. I'll try that. Because I don't know nothing to eat.
Cocotti is very, very good to, well, mine, I don't sweeten it, because as you know, I don't use any sugar. I drink it, but these are the sweeten, brackish, not sweeten.
Okay.
But just brackish days.
Daddy!
They're quite upstairs and they're quite inside the small room. And the radio low too, because I don't want to disturb you, I don't want to deaf you. So I just go far and load the radio.
So they put you out of the room, they put you out.
Hmm?
I say, yes, okay, thank you very much.
They put me out?
But who said that?
Well, that is spare room with nobody to open it. That is spare room with nobody to eat, you know. Well, I'm going to see what's taking place.
Okay.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so good morning. What's up? Let's click in. Everything good? Okay. Me? I'm cool. So, first, excuse me. Get it off, Andre. Get it off. All right. First Monday in office for Prime Minister Mitchell. So you see, it's not going to be difficult for me to say because it's a Mitchell. So it's Prime Minister Mitchell. No, I don't have to differentiate. We know who the Prime Minister is. So it's first Monday in office for him. Now I wonder, what would he be doing on first Monday in office? Yeah, he probably trying to get to know where the light switch is, how to turn down the air condition, what gives when he gets into the office. Is he going to be like former Prime Minister Mitchell, get to office early and put a lot of hard working by 12 o'clock? Or is he going to be one of those 8 to 4 prime ministers? Yeah, it could happen. And what else? Yeah, find out where the coffee is. Look at the cabinet room and see whether or not he'd want to make some changes. The furniture, does he like it? Yeah, well, he got to do something and like the furniture. If he ain't like the furniture, how could he work in the environment? No, he can't. So check the furniture to see if he like it. If the chair sitting down properly, would he be able to relax in the chair and throw back kind of thing? Yeah, all them things start to work out, Yeah. And then when he has everything going, he probably do something. The secretary, yeah. He probably more than likely the secretary would change. Because most of the times, you want a secretary that that understands you. Yeah. No, it's not about victimization. You need a secretary that somebody that, well, then again, he doesn't know any, but I don't know how he's gonna do that one. But more than likely, in short order, the secretary will change, and in will come somebody that he is more accustomed to. I don't know if he will be allowed, because having worked in the legal field for quite a period, it's possible that he can bring in somebody. There is that possibility. Yeah, there should be that possibility that he brings in somebody into the public service, and somebody that he knows, somebody he's been accustomed to, somebody know when he raises the eyes what that mean, and when he snaps his fingers, not snapping finger like in a derogatory thing, but when he snaps fingers, the person knows exactly what he's thinking, that sort of thing. So he has to make sure everything is good around him. He has to make sure that he has the proper air freshener, because some people don't like this air freshener and that air freshener disturbs them, all sorts of things. Yeah, so he's got loads and loads to do. Good morning, Drumsticks. How are you doing?
Hello, good morning. I'm good.
Talk to me, love.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, Psalm 41. Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive. And he shall be blessed upon the earth. And thou wilt deliver him unto the will of not unto the will of his enemies. The Lord will strengthen him upon the bed of language. Thou wilt make him all on his bed in his sickness. I said, the Lord be merciful unto me. Heal my soul, for I have sinned against thee. My enemies speak evil of me. When I shall die, I will, and his name will not perish. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so very much. How are you doing there?
I'm good.
Olive! What? Hey! You good? Hello?
Hello?
I'm the phone this morning. Your mother phone work good, now yours are working? There's something wrong with the phone because I ain't hearing you. Breaking up. Anyway, don't worry. I'll give you a call. Alright, later. Bye-bye. Real 91. I have a clock on the wall telling me what? 3 minutes after 3, That's a good clock. I like that clock. I should be home already. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD world. I like this song. I played it for you Friday morning, but lest you forget, let me indicate to you that this land is ours. We gotta build it,
back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
I remember a friend of mine is calling me at early morning on Friday last. Calling, he said, Dre, you got that song? I said, yeah, man, I got that song. He says, okay, fine, I know you'll play it. I said, yeah. Already sorted out that song, man. So, let me just say this to you, yeah? And let me just pull on the music here. We're going to join in for the weather in short order. In about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, we'll be joining for the weather. Let me just say this to you. And I've said this before. Your party, my party, may not be in office. However, this country, contrary to the belief of others, this country is our country. And one of the things I'm hearing, and seriously, it upset me that I'm hearing people saying, well, who tired eat food, it's time for a different set of people to eat our food. Now we have to be very careful with that, We have to be very careful with that. Because those who condemned the eating of food mentality are the same ones now who are turning around and say, time for them to eat our food. So it simply means that's 6. So you know difference? I just hope and pray that if you believe that is what it was, then you need to change it to what it should be. Because if you believe that it was for one sector of the population, now change it so that all sectors of the population would enjoy the building of this country. Remember that, Remember I said that to you. Me? I tell you what, Do I care what happens to me? I must care what happened to me. I'm a human being. Am I going to be bothered? No, actually no. Because I am a Grenadian. I know that straight up. And I've said that to y'all before. I am a Grenadian, first and foremost. If, but, when, why, maybe about this. And I ain't doing so and going to the length to say, well, me neighbor Stringberry here and all kind of thing like that. No, I'm not going to the length to say that. I don't have to tell you that my neighbor Stringberry here so. Do you understand? You know that already. You know what it is. You understand what it is. And therefore, I don't have to say that. All I know is that, put it this way, I'm a patrician. Yeah, I live in St. Patrick's. I've been saying this for a long, long time. I live in St. Patrick's. Good morning, Grenada. Those on YouTube, good morning to you. Yeah. I'm seeing you or you seeing me, sorry, for the first time since elections. Yeah, I think, Did you see me on Friday morning? I don't think so. I don't think you saw me on Friday morning. But nonetheless, it's our country. Let's build our country. Our number still remains 4420175. You can call, but we've got the weather coming up. Stay with us.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wants to save 30%. Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Central Point. Yes, Central Point it is. We are the convenience store located at the center of Plains in St. Patrick. It is the place to get it all your needs. We offer everything from groceries to household items, footwear to hair products, pipe fittings to electrical, drinks, cooking gas, top-up, and a host of other items. So check us first before you check others, because we are the center of everything. So that means you'll be able to find anything. Come shop at Central Point and enjoy the atmosphere, which will have you returning. Oh, and I almost forgot, you can relax under the cashew tree and enjoy a drink while watching the world speed by. Central Point, at the center of it all. Call Silverly or Wabande at 456-0550, 458-9745, or 442-9307. Central Point.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
To date, we have given 25 libraries away, and we are building the 26th in partnership with the Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative in Carriacou at Dover. It is the second grant that we would have got from Grenlec. We were able to build a 625 square foot library in Dover, and now we are so very grateful.
RENDEC, energizing our community.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Well, the time has now moved on to exactly 29 minutes and 30 seconds before the 8 o'clock hour. Just around this time, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have for you the program Waterwise from the National Water and Sewage Authority. Well, this morning, we're just going to do it a little, how do they say in the English would say, we're just going to do it a tad differently. Yeah, maybe this morning and continuing, maybe this morning for the very first time, but we are going to do it a tad differently. All right, so let us say good morning to Ms. Jamila Lewis from the National Water and Sewage Authority. There are you with your beautiful smile. Good morning, Jamila. How are you doing?
Good morning, Andre. I am wonderful. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's nice to talk to you like this. I've just invaded your privacy of your home, but it looks lovely. All right. So what have you got for us on Waterwise this morning? And tell us.
All right. So, well, as you say, we are trying new things, and I'm very happy to be able to try a WaterWise video live this morning. And at NOASA, we are continuing to monitor developments with the tropical wave, which calls into focus, of course, our repeated messages of preparedness, especially for this hurricane season. Currently, the island is being affected by a tropical wave that has the probability of a status change to tropical depression within the next 48 hours. A meeting of our disaster management team, it is scheduled for this morning at 9, and we are going to assess all our water systems and put logistics in place in preparation for possible system shutoff if required. NOASA is being guided, of course, by the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, and the Meteorological Office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Even as we are dealing with these current challenges, it calls into focus our continued calls for persons to adhere to our message of a 3-day supply of water, and it becomes even more relevant this morning and for the remainder of this week. Our recommendation is for 35 gallons of water per person per day. And of course, it takes into consideration the use of water for domestic purposes. Following the conclusion of this morning's meeting, we will continue to monitor the weather system, and NOASA, of course, will provide specific preparation plans and water supply statuses. We remind all that outside of this tropical wave, outside of everything else, that we are in the hurricane season, and this means that the disaster can strike at any time. It is therefore important to ensure that you are prepared at all times. And the most important thing you can do if a disaster strike is to be informed and, of course, to be prepared. Preparation means ensuring that you discuss with your family the type of hazards that could affect you and your home's vulnerability, and, of course, ensure that you are prepared. We cannot overstate the importance of having adequate water storage at all times. We are into the rainy season, and it is important to note that heavy rains can also result in water turbidity and dam blockages, highlighting the importance of having adequate storage. You are encouraged again, and you are reminded, should I say, to always have a 35 gallons of water, representing 3 days supply for your family. Remember that 35 gallons of water is per person per day. Water storage improves water availability when water supply is not accessible. As mentioned, our Disaster Management Committee, we are meeting this morning at 9, and following the conclusion of this morning's meeting, I will provide an update on the water supply situation. Waterwise is aired right here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30. If you wish to connect to the Nawasa family, you can do so via Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or you can connect with us via our YouTube channel for more up-to-date information. Don't forget to try our web-based app for access to bill balances, push notifications, and more. Access it via your web browser at mobile.nawasa.gd. As we end this morning's program, Andre, on a positive note, the management and staff of NOWASA joined to congratulate Grenada's 9th Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell. Mr. Prime Minister, the entire NOWASA family, we look forward to working with you as we continue to develop the island's water sector. Of course, congratulations to you and your team of the National Democratic Congress. Well, that's where we wrap up this morning's live program. First time I'm doing it live this morning via video, of course. Andre, I'm very happy to be a part of technology and to utilize technology to the best of our abilities at the team at NOWASA. So on behalf of the entire team at NOWASA, I am Jamila Lois, wishing you a wonderful day. Have a productive week. And as mentioned, we will keep you informed following our meeting this morning at 9 with our disaster management team. And we're going to tell you what is the situation with our water supply. Have a great day, Andre, to you and your entire Real FM family.
Folks, love you, TONS. What's up, Grenada?
Remember the key to success is working hard.
Hey, where my friend, where my brethren, boy? You have team, boy? I didn't understand. Yeah, Rasmax, good morning. Yeah, respect to you. Blessed love. Carl, where are you? Yeah, Carl is not here this morning. He's supposed to be joining me via social media. So I don't know. I didn't see him yet. I don't know. He probably might join us in a short bit. So now more than ever we must. Yeah. Here comes the guy. Yeah, the guy is as big as ever. Big up yourself, Rasta. I'm just gonna say good morning, Carl Keaton. How you doing?
Good morning, Andre.
Why am I seeing that black?
What's good with you, man?
I'm seeing a black thing here I'm not supposed to be seeing. Let's see if I can change this. Okay, this is a bit better, I think. What's up, man? What's all the gray beard, man? What's up? What look is that?
Yeah,
what look is that?
Nah, go get this coffee out from them today. So.
Oh, because I was wondering if the eye changing the eye look and growing that beard kind of thing.
For everything there's a reason, Andre.
And there's a season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in terms of cricket, in a cricket analogy here now, some tasks are good to lose.
What?
Sometimes you go and play on a ground and you don't show all the week you go play, so sometimes it's best you lose the task, let the opponent make the running in the game and you adapt suit. By the way, how was your weekend, man? How do you say you had a challenge over the weekend because of the cricket?
Well, challenge in terms of when there's cricket, nobody wants to work. Cricket is between me and you, cricket is a money earner. If it is sold properly, the people who have their ads, and as of this one here now, we have Grenlec, we have National Lottery Authority, and we also have the new National Party. So when you're able to engage people, you can make a couple of dollars from the cricket. after you would have paid for the broadcast, because you must pay for the broadcast. Interestingly, we live in the Caribbean and we had to pay for the broadcast in US. Could you believe that, Carl? You had to pay for the broadcast in
Yeah.
US. That's another thing for itself. But in any event, while it could be a major money earner, because if you ask me, Carl, would I like to carry cricket for 3 weeks a month for the entire year? I'll tell you yes, because it is a major money earner. You can earn dollars from it after you would have taken care of expenses. Expenses can be great, right? Because to get some broadcast, a series like the series that just ended with Bangladesh, because the series ended, right? 2-test series, correct? Well, not ended, but it's about to end, correct, Carl?
Yeah.
Right. So that series alone can cost, to bring it live, to get it from the people who have the rights to it. You probably could spend between $3,500-$4,000. Sometimes
US?
close to. No, I quoted for you there in EC.
Okay.
So yeah, to get that is probably $3,500-$4,000. You'd have to spend to get that, and that could be a tad expensive, because that in itself is like 1,000 and maybe 1,200-300 US. That's what it could be.
Okay.
So to get the games, they are expensive. They could be, and it depends on who is playing, because for instance, one match in the English series, you don't want to see the cost of that, Carl, just because they are the English, and or the Australian series, and then
And maybe
it's
the Indian series will be expensive too.
right. So it's expensive, but if you get the people on board, if people really and truly love sports, love cricket, and they assist you in raising the funds, you can make a couple of dollars. And to me, making a couple of dollars that way is a lot easier than trying to get people to sing a song for you to play it.
All right.
If you understand what I'm saying. So hey,
Um,
we say
but the,
on. You go ahead.
yeah, but the game is going good for West Indies, though.
Very much so. Very much
And
so.
part of my prediction of the game has materialized.
You're talking about Mares?
Yes. But he's a player I like, Edric.
I know.
And I told you since the game started, once he bats anything for an hour and more, he's going to score runs. He's not a player but far more informed. Once he stays in the wicket, he'll score runs.
What I do, I listen to what people don't listen to, Carl. Or to what people don't hear, but I listen to it. When you listen to the Bajans, they're the ones doing the commentary. And the interesting thing is they are not in
No, they're in Barbados.
They're in Barbados. They're not in St. Lucia. All right? They tried what we did the last time cricket was here. Not the last time cricket was here, the time before that. When during the COVID?
Yeah.
Right. The commentators, the majority of the commentators had not taken their vaccine, so they could not go into the stadium. So we had to create something and do the cricket outside of the stadium. We were in the athletic stadium using a television feed and doing that. And that's what they did. The only difference is that with us, we had effects, sound effects and so on. They don't have any sound effects. Right. So we had all that. And Dugo was magnificent, knowing exactly when to come in with all these sort of things. So they did that. And the Bajans, now to come back to what I was saying, the Bajans, they're very biased when it comes to their cricketers. And I don't blame them. It's their cricketers, and they would be expected to promote their cricketers.
Very proud.
They're very, very proud. Now, interestingly, Carl Mayers is a Bajan.
Yes.
But he does not play for Barbados.
He play for the Volcanoes.
He played for the Volcanoes, and if you realize, while yes, they congratulated him, but not with the same enthusiasm that they would have done with a Brathwaite.
Yeah. Or Shy Hope or
Or Shy Hope or son. Yeah. And I heard that, right? I heard that, Carl. I'm listening. I say, okay, guys, you don't have to be so blunt with it. But Carl Mayers, as you indicated, not just now, you've been telling me, Andre, this guy is a good cricketer. But one thing they've come to realize, Carl, is that they're saying what you said about him taking wickets. He has a lucky arm or something like that?
Yeah, golden arm.
You're right. They have come to that realization now. And they've also come to the realization that the guy can really bat. And I believe I'm disappointed in him because he was supposed to score a double century there. He just gave it away. Lapse in concentration for a bit and he gave it away. Do you agree?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because at the time when he do that, he was on top of the bowling and you see, the thing about it with players, they have to understand when you in that zone, you have to fool your boots because cricket is a game. It could be very difficult. You could go through lean patches and so on. So when you get that opportunity, you should fool your boots with runs. But the West Indies are in a good position to win the game today.
Well, I would expect because what's the score? What's the latest score? I somehow missed it. With all that yesterday, I missed it.
Team batting won something for 6. I think they have maybe 60 something runs still to get with 4 wickets.
Yeah, so they can do it all today, and they can do it before lunch too.
Yeah, and that would be nice to win 2 back-to-back series.
Yeah, because they just defeated, was it Holland?
Yeah, but remember they win England in a series down here recently?
Yeah, so they did England, but was it a one-day series they did in Holland, was it?
Yeah, they won.
The Netherlands? Yeah. So they just won against England. Now they're beating Bangladesh. It just means, Carl, that they're going to go up a bit in the standings, yeah?
Yeah, they'll go up in the rankings. But the team is playing better. You see, and we had that discussion before. The more cricket the team plays, better. And remember, we winning that series now without the Bajan guy, the former captain.
Holder, what's up with him? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
Rest because West Indies have a lot of cricket coming up. So he was rested for that series.
Oh, so he was rested for that series.
I think the feeling was that we could have taken care of Bangladesh without him.
Is that why the chap from Trinidad came into the bowling into the bowling attack? The tall one, the tall fast bowler, what's his name? Not
Cummins?
Sears. Huh?
Cummins?
No. Is it Phillips?
Phillips, sorry, my bad.
Phillips.
But
Yeah,
Phillips been knocking on the door of selection a while now. Eh?
Oh, okay.
No,
but he
what I like again in the fast bowling department, we have a few persons around the region because you have this fella from Guyana, Kimo Paul, and some. We have some guys who is challenging the other. We have the guy from the Lewis guy from Grenada and so on. So what happens here? Competition for places is keen. So once you get a game, you have to put your hand up.
Carl, can you tell me about? We've spoken about Cummins. Just a little camera issue here. You've spoken about Cummins, Carl. What can you tell me about the young chappie from Grenada? What do you know about him?
Well, from reports I received, I have not seen the gentleman, but from reports I have received, he's a hard worker and he's one for the future.
Is he medium pace or fast medium?
Fast medium. He could bowl fast at times, but I think most of the time he try to bowl within himself to create control and so forth.
Okay. But what I'm seeing, Holder is not there, and the other gentleman who's injury prone out of Trinidad, what's his name? The other fast bowler out of Trinidad.
Oh, the big
is not.
unit.
Yeah, the big guy. What's his name again? Do you remember?
The name no coming to mind now. No.
Anyway, but Holder is not there. He is not there. And those are two frontline bowlers for the West Indies, irrespective of what. We have to admit that. And to have people like Sayers stepping up and Phillips, out of Trinidad again, stepping up, that is good for West Indies cricket, correct?
Yeah, but I still ask the question of my boy Rakim Cornwall, the big unit.
Well, Rakim Cornwall, did you see him really and truly playing in this test or the test before?
He should have played in this series.
The series. The entire.
Because
When I say
remember,
the test before, I'm meaning the one in Antigua because you know that
yeah,
Antigua ground is oh my god, that's a stress
no,
ground.
but if you check the track record of Rakim Cornwall when playing for West Indies, he has done well. Both in he took a lot of wickets against India one time and then always making runs. He had one time the Josie fast bowler and the wicketkeeper that saved West Indies blushes in Bangladesh on a series. And to just not hearing nothing about him now in terms of the West Indies setup after he took the most wicket in the regional championship that just concluded. Something to me is not adding up. And
What do you think is the problem here, Carl?
I think maybe the selectors, the head selector, maybe think Desmond Haynes came around into the selection panel and find West Indies don't make him no joke with him.
I have a feeling that meaning the selectors, to them, Rakim Cornwall is not what they see as a cricketer. By
Well,
that I mean they see him as being overweight. That's all they see. Overweight, and that's it. And that does not speak to West Indies cricket based on their interpretation.
But that could be, in my view, that could be the same thing said about the fast bowler from Trinidad. He's just a man who could bowl fast. He's not an athlete either. He's just a strong guy. That is why he does break down a lot when he's playing because he's not an athlete. He's in the same mill Andrew Flintoff again. Those guys that was not athletes, they just was guys who could be strong so they could bowl fast. But to say athlete, pure athlete, they are not athletes. So I don't think if you go back to people like Darren Lehman and think from Australia and who had very successful career, Darren Lehman play a whole career overweight if we put it in the context of Rakim. But it's the performance that comes because he's one of the better slip fielders we have.
And just coming to mind here, Carl, David Boone was not an athlete per se, you know. David Boone was a big guy out of Australia, ain't it?
He had a friend from the league what they call Dave Williams, Dave Joseph. If you watch them guys and them, same thing. For a long time, Roland Holder from even Barbados, they was not on the small side.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wish West Indies all the best in this. I want them to do a clean sweep of this one. This is their second. Do they have any other matches like 2020 against Bangladesh before they leave?
No, I don't really know. I didn't look at the itinerary really. You
know. Okay.
Over the weekend, by athletics. We had a lot of athletics over the weekend because a lot of country had trials.
Tell me while I look for the itinerary here. Tell me.
Sharika, the girl in Jamaica, Sharika, what again, man?
Jackson.
Sharika Jackson was in blazing form. But she won the 100 national championship by beating Elaine Thompson. And she find that was not good enough in the 200 meters. She take down Thompson and Fraser Price. So she going into the World Championship, she is the number one Jamaican woman athlete in the 1 and 2. You know. Then
do you think she can sustain that sort of form?
Yes, she in form. Then in the American trials too, he had some good thing because we girl I think more do they walk in the 800 with ease too. And then Noah Lyles, the 200 guy that he backing from. Because you know you have a young American guy in the 200, they touting him highly because the times he running at 18 years. They say even the great Usain Bolt wasn't running those times at 18 years. Maybe I think he run the
Okay.
200 fastest time ever in the 200 at 18 years. But
What's
Noah
that one's
Lyles,
name?
I don't the name not come to mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Noah Lyles win the two. And then the girl jog the 400 meters hurdle, Sydney McLaughlin, and break the world record again. Yeah. Everybody, when she run that race so easy, when she break the world record, everybody was in amazement. So you looking forward to some the world championship go, in my view, go be a cracker. Because you know we have our own Kirani and Anderson guy. We're looking forward for them to medal in that game. And then
Carl,
the Commonwealth Games not too far from now too.
Mm-hmm.
The Commonwealth Games maybe this year too.
I want to go back to cricket a bit, Carl. And this is something quite astonishing that I've seen ever since the COVID. COVID has changed a lot of things. All right? Cricketers continue to be paid. Cricket continues to be a very expensive game. Correct? Are we correct on this one?
Yeah.
And cricketers continue to be paid, which means that there must be a source of revenue because it's not inexhaustible funds here. Am I correct here, Carl? Just tell me. I want to know if I'm correct. I'm not correct? I'm correct. No, we are not seeing crowds at games, and I'm talking all over the world, not just Grenada. All over the world, we are not seeing crowds at games. Yet still, cricketers are being paid. Everything is being taken care of, correct?
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from?
Why you find happening a lot of betting companies have gotten into cricket. So if they don't depend on the crowd at the games. But persons that bet heavily on those games, and Andre, cricket is one of the games that people bet a lot of money on. Now, you hear when you have big world tournaments like the World Cup and so on, and you hear like a place like India didn't win the World Cup, and you hear how much people commit suicide and how much people die because they worship the game more than us on this side here. And mostly all the betting companies are sponsoring cricket now. So cricket in itself show only percentage of money because they have to sign contract as to how much you like selling the rights. So you make your money irrespective of crowd.
Great. I'm happy that you would mention that, Carl. So which means that in order to bring the fans back to the game, Cricket West Indies needs to do it differently. They need to first and foremost, Carl, drop their prices for entering the games.
But you see, if Cricket West Indies was dependent on gate receipts to survive, they would have do that, but they're not dependent on gate receipts.
That's why they need to drop so as to bring people back to the games.
And then again, with Cricket West Indies, once they sell the rights, you recognize like on, I just say terrestrial radio, you recognize that they don't care about it like how, in days gone by, everybody had a little radio in the air. Even when you go to the games, you had your radio. But the cricketers come in a kind of way because of the sponsorship deal. And then the ICC still does give cricket boards a particular percentage of money. But it is not, well, the bigger countries like England, Australia, and India usually get the bigger part of the pie. But Cricket West Indies does get it set. So, because it is not incumbent on them to depend on gate receipts for money, maybe they don't have the appetite to really try. But I think, as you say, you rightfully so. That being said, and the sponsorship and everything, they could drop the gate receipt as a means to entice persons to come.
Yeah, and do creative things to cause more people to come out to the games.
Yes.
Anyway, Carl Dominica, They'll be seeing West Indies for the first time since 2017. They'll be seeing West Indies.
What game is he about there?
Bangladesh back-to-back T20s
Okay.
at Windsor Park in Dominica. That will be on the 2nd and the 3rd of July.
Okay.
And then after that, well, look at it. They have maybe. Carl, I'm reading the story here now. I'm seeing that ticket prices. The prices of tickets, US $6, which is like $15. I'm still saying bring it to $10 and $5 or what for children or something like that. Bring it to $10 for the cricket, but that's for the grungs. Man, I should be paying $10, $15, whatever, and go and sit in the stands. Proper. I can go and.
You recognize any setup of cricket in the region? Grenada seems so. We does have the bigger crowds in cricket.
Yes, we do. Even bigger than Barbados.
Yeah.
I'm talking local crowds here. Barbados may have a lot of foreigners going out to the games if England is playing there.
Like when England on the army does come out in full effect, but local crowd Grenada does hold on.
All right, and then the series moves to Guyana for the 3rd and final T20. That's going to be on Thursday, the 7th of July. Real FM will be live with that too, once we've got live. And then there'll be 3 one-days. Yeah, 10th, 13th, and 16th in Guyana also. And the price of a ticket for the grungs in Guyana is $1,200. That's just a mere $6, Carl. Don't start to get all nervous.
I was just telling you, break it down.
If you want to sit in the stands in Guyana, it's going to cost you $5,000. Well, they've got oil, so they got money to spend, right, Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got money to spend. And that's going to bring the end to the Bangladeshi tour after they play those 3 one-days. Okay. But then just after that, they have another series starting, Carl, isn't it?
Yeah, with India.
Yeah, and they have 2 series after.
I think India come and play some games here too. You know?
Yeah, India, and then after India's who? There's another series after the Indians.
But I think they play Australia or something this year too.
Yeah, immediately after these 3 series, Bangladesh, India, and I think after that is Australia. I think they run back to back to back.
I think that was the rest. They got them Jason Hole of the rest.
Oh, because I guess they prefer him more in the T20s and one-days? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but I actually played a lot of cricket and then he went to the IPL too, so the body has to at times.
Yeah, the body has to think.
Because he's one of our premier players, whether we like him or not, he's one of the premier players we have here. And I think he gotten better as a player, not being the captain.
You think so?
Yeah, performance.
As our good friend KB would say, what again?
Performance beat old talk every day.
Performance beat old talk every single day. Good morning, Candy Budlal, wherever you are. Nice to know you're tuning in and you're listening to Real 91.9. Good morning to Joanne Francis, my darling. How are you? Trust that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. And your good friend Ephraim Belfon. That's only isn't that Mr. Rasmax? Marilyn Ferguson, top of the morning to you. Cynthia Bartholomew, what's up? Yvonne Robertson, Vanessa Lalji, Wilma Devnish, good morning. And
Wilma, how you doing?
And also Jay Wonder, good morning to you. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day. Pat Kip, James, Stephanie Alexander, Merrill John, Adrian Watts. Adrian, are you still in Grenada? Well. Good morning to you, my dear brother. Elsa Luzon and also Tamika Moses. Teresa St. John. Top of the morning to you. Somebody who's new. The person's name, King of Thunder. Wow, what a name. Good morning, King of Thunder. And there's a guy who said the first person to send a message this morning, his name is Carl Caton. Good morning, Carl Caton. Right. Hey,
Let's
what
go.
time is it now? It's 4 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. Carl. So, it's been a torrid week. Well, a week that ended not as good as the new National Party would have wanted it to end. Excellent for the National Democratic Congress. It was a brilliant end of the last week for them. They partied and then they realized, okay, fine, it's time Sunday for me to rest to start to work Monday. But they did party Friday and Saturday. All kudos to them. And the NNP would have sat back and realized, dang, we lost.
Licking the
Yeah.
wound.
I don't like that statement about licking wounds because I think that the licking wounds, I don't know, there's something I just don't like about it, so I don't use it at all. You can if you want to. Bevis John, good morning to you, my brother. Yeah. So the new National Party, they would have suffered their losses, heavy losses, and they're standing back now thinking, well, that could have been me, but it's not me. And what am I going to do to change that? But I dare say at this particular point in time, that's for them to decide based on their in-house operation. Right, Carl?
Yeah. Boy, democracy is at work. That we have to recognize democracy is at work and alive in Grenada. And that is something good. The people are the ones who have the real power, and it was exercised. So ain't no Monday morning quarterbacking from the NNP side. We shouldn't be Monday morning quarterbacking now. But in recognition of what happened, whatsoever structures need to be put in place ought to be done pronto. Now, I indicated to you earlier on, you have, and I'm using a cricket analogy, you have some tasks are good to lose. And if we speak of the maxim, because the National Democratic Congress tapped into the emotion and tapped into the psyche of the people and made promises and so on to the people which they accepted, and that's good for them. We cannot fault no one, because faulting anyone now is being disrespectful to the will of the people.
Correct.
Now that has happened, the new National Party has to regroup. The good thing about it for the new National Party, that has happened before, and they were able to come back better. So, it's something that is known. Now, like I said, ain't no use Monday morning quarterbacking and pointing fingers at A, B, C, or D. The L, all of us take the L. All of us with NNP, the L belongs to all of us. We can't try to put ourselves above the fray and blame others. All of us have to take collective responsibility. We are all accountable. And it is incumbent on us as to how we react, how we regroup, and where do we go from here. Now, the new government is installed. I expect us as Grenadians and patriots, when something good is done, we are to applaud and commend it. Let me do sour grapes it, or in my favorite word, let me do jackass it. However, when things are not being done proper, we ought to hold people foot to the fire. It's not about being personal and so forth, but democracy dictates that. And what is instructive to note, Andre Donald, part of the discussion going forward on the campaign, the National Democratic Congress alluded to the fact that Grenada need good opposition. So the Congress get a wish on twofold. They get governance, one, and they get good opposition too. So it's a win-win for them. And going forward, I expect us, because the thing about it is, Andrew, putting all your efforts and so on into the campaign and not getting the result you expected would be taxing on you. But it is not the end of the road. And it is not something that you have to continue to keep you in a bind. It would prove our strength, it would prove our resolve, it would test. And if we are a party who believe and always say we were tried, tested, and delivered, here is the time that we do that. So we cannot forget all people, Andre Donald, and then Peter talking to you now. We have to keep in contact. We have to keep checking because some of us might need more solace than others. And the stronger set among us are duty bound to carry the less strong among us along. Because at the end of the day, all of us belong to this piece of rock here, Andre. And nobody can go take that from us.
Good morning, Adrian Watts. Glad to know you're back in home. Well, you're home. And here's hoping that the lady is fine. Right, Adrian? Take care. No, Carl. How challenging is it for Prime Minister Mitchell to put his team together, you think?
But well, it is a challenge to think understanding and grappling the prevailing conditions. But I think going forward, he would have an idea as to what he would like to see in governance because taking part in election, you believe you're going to win. So at least you would have started putting structures of personnel in place. A lot of suggestions have been made, but I tend not to want to comment on them until we see what is it. Because it's not my place. Huh?
No, it's not our place to comment on,
No, it's not
to
our
deal with
place
that.
to decide who gets what and who don't get what. That not we business, and we have to stay away from that.
What is interesting here is that based on what he does, it may mean that you would end up with a cabinet that has no one with cabinet experience. Do you realize that?
That could be a possibility, but based on
that's if he does not appoint senators and make them ministers per se.
But what you're picking up on the ground, Andre, is that persons would be coming in because you see, at the end of the day, I think he's knowledgeable enough to know that going forward he needs some people with some form of institutional knowledge, not experience, institutional knowledge. You have to have persons around who have an idea of how things, because remember, going into parliament and so forth, you have procedure and so on, and you know certain bills how you have to get it through. So you would need even persons in an advising capacity or otherwise. And here, Andre Donald, I must say, we have to wish the gentleman and the NDC well. We can't so agree with the thing and say, oh, we don't want them thing. Because if they do well, Grenada does well. We all do well.
Correct.
And we as responsible persons ought not to start trying to think. If they have to
we should not jackass it in God. We should not jackass it at all.
So if they have to make any mistake, let them make it on their own volition. Because in governance, you know mistakes will be made. You know you have tried and tested, and you know getting yourself into it is part of the whole process. And I think we reasonably have to give the gentleman about 100 days or thereabouts to get himself organized and not start blazing from the heat. That would not do good for any body. Because at the end of the day, the country is bigger than any one of us, Andre Donald.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. 14 minutes now after the 8 o'clock hour. Andre Donald, Carl Caton. Carl, is this the format you have taken now that you're no longer going to be in studio? You're just going to stay in your home and organize and come out? Is that what's going to happen now?
No. I will be in studio from time to time, but the exigencies of things And some of my immediate plans might cause me to be using that format because I don't want to be off. Now, in good time and in time that is not so good, proves the mettle of a guy. And I stand resolute in terms of the radio, in terms of my support to the new national party. I wouldn't hide my light under any bushel at this time that we know in opposition. Now is the time that we have to show what our true mettle is made of. And we have to do it for ourselves first and do it for the party second and then do it for the country. So I stand resolute to do what is required to keep the organization of the NNP relevant because we cannot cease to be relevant in times like these, Andre. In times like these, we need to be relevant. We need to reorganize. We need to reacquaint in areas where we feel we think we need to reacquaint ourselves. Because the process will be one of getting back to the drawing board as I indicated on my Facebook page. It's time we get back to the drawing board. We have nothing to be ashamed of. We need to stand up. We have nothing to lose. We already lost the vote. The people have spoken, albeit 2,500 people. That's the difference between the two parties at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand what here is at play. We have to understand our base. We have to continue to do things to keep our base relevant and energized. And that should be the watchword for the new national party presently and not getting into Monday morning quarterbacking and trying to demonize anybody. We have to stay away from finger pointing and demonizing person. All of us is part of the thing. We have to take collective responsibility for the results. So it is not a case of saying that person didn't do that and that person. No. We look after, we take, because we have this thing of love for each other and taking care of each other. So now is the time we have to prove beyond the shadow of any doubt that yes, we are a party of love, we are a party of inclusiveness. And anytime we feel hope is not there, we have to restore and give hope to all and sundry. All and sundry. So going forward, I'm not saying it will be easy, Andre Donald. We know. But it is doable. And just as how we were preaching during the election campaign, call your neighbor, call somebody. Now is the time we have to keep calling with your neighbors. Now is the time we have to call somebody, let somebody call somebody, and see how that person is doing, and make sure that they're okay. And if our means afford us to assist them, we ought to do it pronto.
Do you know that what you've just said there, Carl, and caller, we're coming to you right now. Do you know that what you've just said there, it can probably be the theme for the new national party for the next 4.5, 5 years? Call somebody?
Yeah. Ensure that we people is okay.
Knock on somebody's door?
Yes. Just turn up by somebody and say, boy, we don't see you long.
Send somebody a WhatsApp?
Yeah. Send somebody some word of encouragement.
We've got a call online. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre, and to Mr. Carl Keaton.
Carl, are you hearing him?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Yes, Carl is hearing you. Go ahead, Clifford.
Okay, let me, first of all, I conclude with 99% of what Mr. Carl Keaton have just said there. From the time you have started that piece there, I'm in total support of it. But one little piece is that there will be criticism. There will be criticism on the either side, and we have to be prepared for that. Then NMP will criticize NMP, NDC will criticize NDC, and NDC and NMP will have a little criticism. For instance, I heard something yesterday said on Mr. Pastor Simon's program by Mr. Deacon, Prime Minister Deacon, and it will raise some eyebrow. It will raise some eyebrow. He said he didn't want to say it yet, but he said it, but he doesn't have any backing on it. And he did say Before I say that, let me say my deepest congratulations to the government, and I hope to cooperate with them. I hope when things are good, I will say things are good, and when it is bad, I am prepared to say it is bad. To the government and to the opposition, I am prepared for that. But Mr. Deacon said that he understands that the money that government paid for the electricity department was the sole Mount Hartman estate. That, I think, needs question to be answered. So he said he didn't want to say it out at this point in time, but he said it, and that, I don't know if the news is going to pick it up, but that was word coming from Mr. Deacon, Prime Minister Deacon. And that's why I say that there will be criticism sometimes, there will be praise. I am prepared to cooperate with the government in the interest of Grenada. But when there are things to be said, I'm prepared to say it just the same way. Thank you.
Thank you. Carl?
Yeah. Well, Ara, Andre, in the transitionary period, you have to expect for a lot of I will say allegations for now. And who allege must prove. And the Prime Minister, the present Prime Minister, being a lawyer by profession, ought to know. He who allege must prove. So we are waiting, like I tell you, it's not time to jump to defense or attack yet. We have to understand and gather information. Take notes and so forth, because we expect accusations will be made, and we expect going forward a lot of things will be said. But I believe we as a mature country, and contrary to what a lot of people say, the electorate in Grenada is very prudent and wise, Andrew. Don't take them for granted.
That is correct.
Don't take them for granted. And anytime you take, and has proven in this country, anytime you take the electorate for granted, they put you in line, they put you in check, they rein you in. And the NNP has to take the objective lessons learned from the defeat. Now, the defeat shouldn't be one to put us in a sad state, but it should be one as to look into areas we need to. In our strong areas, we need to strengthen. The areas where we're not strong, we need to strengthen also. So going forward is a process of rebuilding. And I think you have enough well-meaning people within the organization of the NNP who are ready, willing, and able to take up the mantle and do what is required. So I have no fear, Andrew, and like I tell you, in recent times, people has coined certain phrases, like one, friends with benefit, and they have coined a particular phrase. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes when you hear those sayings, you say, "What stupidness is that?" But sometimes when you sit and you realize and you apply it to reality, sometimes you have to lose to win. And like I tell you, in a cricket analogy, maybe that was a good toss to lose. You see, every time in every organization or every civilization, you have to have this it moment when something happens to make you sit up in your chair and recognize and appreciate what you have. And once you get complacent and unappreciative, you need something to steer you back in line, $100. And maybe that's the catalyst the new National Party needed to get back into line. All in all, like I say, for me, I stand resolute. That doesn't mean I go start to sour grapes the thing and try to be like iguana and thing. That is not my thing. And I would, like I say, continue to call somebody and check somebody and message somebody and encourage somebody. Because those among us, like I say, who means for us to be strong, $100. People like you, people like KB and others. We have to continue to do what it is and bring the information. We can't stop bringing information because we know we pride on the content at Real FM. And there ain't no reason now to stop the content of this radio station or this medium in terms of social media platforms and others. I see you
Real
hoping you too.
91, no, Real 91.9 FM has, from ever since the onset, we have, and when I say the onset, Carl, I mean 18 years ago when we started struggling, and we have struggled, as you know, we have struggled through all these years. I dare say that one of the things that I'm very, very proud of is the fact that when you look at quite a number of the different media houses, there is somebody there who would have, at one point in time or another, passed through the corridors of Real FM.
Yeah.
So I've had a number of things tossed my way with some people who are lacking a bit of knowledge. One person walked up to me and over the weekend and said to me, well, your radio station go close down now because you no longer will be getting money from government. And I laughed. I said, okay, if that is what has to happen, then let it happen. And it just showed me the ignorance of that individual and the fact that if one person is thinking that, then there are other persons who thought the same. However, this radio station never benefited from a dollar that it didn't work for, Carl. There are no what you call it, handouts, Carl. There are no handouts for Real FM. We had to work, and we continue to work. Yeah, if the present administration so believes that Real FM can play a part in the development, by that I mean with the continued broadcast of events, because for instance, GIS, which normally would invite us to cover, did not invite us to cover, called the
inauguration.
The inauguration. We were not informed. I was not informed. I only knew about the inauguration, which happened on Friday? It took place on Friday, right, Carl? Was it Friday or Saturday?
Well, maybe Saturday, I don't really.
Saturday, I think. Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday that it took place. But I found out, not invited, just found out about it about an hour before it started. And then when I checked, there was no invitation from GIS as to, hey, would you be able to join us to cover this event? So I say this to say, we have set the tone ages ago, even when the Congress would have been in office before. There was not a parliament. Oh, so somebody saying it was on Friday. Thanks. There was not a parliament that we missed when Tillman Thomas was the prime minister. We didn't miss parliament because we believe the airing of the issues in parliament, Carl, is important.
The nation's business.
It is the nation's business and people should be aware of it. So let us not for 1 second believe that everything revolves around Facebook or whatever other thing. And not that it revolves around radio, but radio is an integral part of the whole thing. So I say all this to say, we stand ready to do our part in nation building because it is important for us all to continue building the nation. Some people are saying, oh, time nation building just start. Joke you're making. Joke you're making. We have to continue nation building. We may not continue on the path that the new national party would have wanted to go. We may do it on a different path because there's a new government, a new head person in charge of this, a new prime minister. So he would have different ideas as to how to get Grenada to where he sees, and himself and his party and his government see that they want Grenada to be in. So not for one moment should we think that, oh, the development of this country has started. No. The development of this country, the development of this nation, the nation of Grenada, the nation of Grenada will continue. And I stress Grenada there because I want us to start using Grenada with its dependencies, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. There is no Barbuda and Antigua. It's Antigua and Barbuda. There is no Tobago and Trinidad. It is Trinidad and Tobago. We have to do so, and hold on, Carl. We have to do so and stop that. Stop it. Do not do so and do this thing that we know is incorrect. We know it is incorrect to do. We do it and the children pick it up and then they grow up having it wrong. Stop it. Yes, Carl.
It's fashionable so to do. But you don't have no Navies and send kids either. Send kids to Navies. But Andre Donald, you speaking out to say the person came up to you and made this utterance. But time settles all argument. So time will prove. So you ought not worry. Because Andre Donald, the content of the station is something that a lot of people appreciate and look for. And we cannot stop bringing that content to them, irrespective of who governing this country. And it is, and maybe in times of adversity, opportunity presents itself, Andre Donald. You know that. Challenges present opportunity. And we have to look at it in that light. And there would be a lot of topical issues which we would have to bring to the people, which we are quite capable and able to bring to the people. So it's not always about politics per se, but as we speak about nation building, it's about building the nation. And everybody has a part to play, like a tapestry. Like everybody brings something unique to the development of this country. And the development of this country don't depend on no one group. It depends on all of us. And we are responsible enough at Real FM not to be jackassing things, but to bring things simplified to those who don't understand. And like I always say, my view on the whole thing is to somewhat be like Calypso, Andre Donald. Giving praise where it is due and giving licks where it is due. We don't add, we don't take out, just like Parang, how we buy, so we sell.
I would prefer not to even. I would prefer not to even link myself to Calypso, and or the art form like that, because Calypsonians, there are Calypsonians who have never been true to form, and
Definitely.
I don't want to. I don't want to do something. Say, okay, fine, I'm like Calypso. No, I am going to be Real FM.
All right. Praise where it is due and admonition where it is.
If you have to be criticized, then you will be criticized. And you wouldn't be criticized and in any way that we'll be trying to embarrass you, no. We'll say, hey, this is what you did, and you know that what you did is not supposed to be done, based on what is supposed to be done. We're not going to do something, call you fool and jackass, and tell you wear red panty, and them kind of things. We're not going to go that way.
We don't call people moral quarantine.
Yeah, we're not going to go that way. We're not going to say who fat and who slim and who thin. You understand? No, we're not going to do that. We are going to just do so and say it as it is. And that is what you have to appreciate from Real 91.9 FM. We may not always support the government in what they do. And by the mere fact that I'm saying we may not always support the government in what they do, it means that the government will be, and we expect the government to be doing good things. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that they will do some things that are good. No doubt in my mind. However, one of the things that saw to their demise was witch hunting. And I get the impression that witch hunting seems to have started again.
No, it will happen.
And that is where the problem is. That is where the crux of the matter is. If I remember when the New National Party came into office after the NDC won in 2008, Carl, was it? Yeah?
Yeah.
After they won in 2008 and then subsequently lost in 2013, there was no witch hunting done, you know. Nobody went after anybody to see what this person do and what this person. No, nobody did that. But already, we seem to have started the whole witch hunting thing, and it does not do well for the country. We keep saying something that is so very important, and it is this: all of us is one family, all of us is close. We keep saying that, and in the same breath, we are going after people, and and this one going to jail, and this one wouldn't go to jail, and this one, hey, what are we doing? Yeah.
When you feed the base or you feed people in a particular way, it is difficult to stop giving them that food. Like you see, if you train you keep telling me you need to get some pups and you have a particular way of training them to eat so they wouldn't eat on the ground. If you do train them to eat that way, they eating on the ground.
Correct.
No, I say all that to say, if you feed your party, yeah, let me take the call.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Andre. I'm glad to hear that this is a statement coming from you there, because it backs up what I was saying from the beginning. I'm really, really glad, because I am seeing if we are going to be witch hunting, we're going to be investigating. If we are going to set up an investigation, we might find ourselves back into the same position that we were. Remember when the NDC came in power last, before now, remember the Grenville projects was stopped. The market was stopped for over 2 years. Farm roads was stopped. The houses building was stopped, and a lot of investigation was carried out. And we know it left us. So while we're talking about development, and I'm willing to see this government do development, while we're talking about development, we can have a slowdown of the projects and investigation carrying out. We have to be very careful. So that's why I say I am prepared to criticize where it's necessary to criticize. And when it's time to praise them, I am prepared to praise them. Because I thought the Prime Minister started up. He seems to be a good spokesperson. He seems to be able to recall a lot. But we have to be careful with where you're going. Because we know that did the NDC a lot of problems. They talk about stimulus. He's talking a lot about stimulus. He say he wants to see things that were going to stimulate the economy. We know that on 2 occasions they could not have stimulated the economy. So if he have different ideas now that he can use to stimulate the economy, I have no problem with that. But we know that efforts was made by the other Prime Minister under NDC to stimulate the economy, and nothing came out of it. So let us be very careful. Very careful. I would like to see changes. I would like to see things that could develop Grenada. I am for that. But we have to remember, if we go back, looking back, and can't go forward, we may be stuck in the mud again. Thank you.
Good.
I just wanted to ask Clifford a question. You gone already?
Yeah.
I need to ask Clifford how many years, if you plant a nutmeg tree today, how long from now you expect to get?
About seven. Is it about 7 years, Carl?
If Clifford could answer me that, how long? Not for it to declare, but to get economically enough sustainable.
That's about 7 years, Carl.
Okay.
Why?
No, well, there's a other discussion. Somebody from the NDC tell me, boy, we are going to start to plant a lot of nutmeg and so forth. So I was just trying to figure out, like, if you plant now, how long would you start to have it?
Philosophically, that's what you're trying to figure out. And I keep saying to you, we're all of different levels, brethren. So if you're going to give a message, give it. Be straight and give the message. Do you
No, the man
understand?
tell me that we will start to plant a lot of nutmeg and thing to develop the country.
You're right.
So but to be honest, I don't know how long nutmeg does take to do the thing. So
Well, it probably declare in about three or 4 years, but then to really start bringing economic benefits, it's between 7 to 10 years.
okay.
So that's it.
Now, yeah. Well, now I know what when we engage when the person go when we engage in a discussion again, I will think that because I asked the person the same question and there was not enough patience.
We have a caller. Good morning.
Yes, to answer Mr. Gentleman's question. In about you are almost right, Mr. Andre. You are there. When you plant a nutmeg, it will take about 2 to 3 years to declare. But to be of economic value, it will take about 10 years, 7, 8, 10 years. It depends on the area that you're planting nutmeg to, because nutmeg thrives better in different conditions. For instance, if you plant nutmeg too much in the low areas, close to the sea and river belt, sea where the heavy winds and so on, it will take a longer time. And if you go too high up in the mountain, it will not bear much. So you have to be where the location where the nutmeg is planted. Just like cocoa, that's why they advise you don't plant cocoa over 500 feet above sea level, because you don't do well. It pick up witches' brooms and other disease and whatnot. So you have to be careful with the areas where you're planting and the density of what you have around you. Because if you have a lot of other trees and whatnot, it will prevent the growth and development of the nutmeg. So all of that will be taken into consideration.
All right. Thank you. Good. Carl, you got your information?
Yeah.
442-0175. Just releasing and relaxing this morning. We've got cricket coming up at approximately 10 o'clock this morning. The broadcast, however, would start just around 5 minutes to the 10 o'clock hour. We've got another caller. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
Andrew, I wish you could stop being a hypocrite
Okay.
and say things as it is. Do you remember in 2013 when NNP came into power?
Mm-hmm.
Even before the Prime Minister was, even before he was, what's the word again?
Oh, no.
Okay, even before he was, I'm not getting the word, but he met with the commissioner before he was appointed Prime Minister. He met with the commissioner of police, which was William Thompson. He wasn't even sworn in yet. He met with the commissioner of police, William Thompson, and told him he cannot work with him.
Okay. And you're saying that to say I'm hypocrite on what end?
Yeah, because you just came and said that NDC started witch hunting already.
So
but he was already sworn in.
So did I say something that is wrong?
Yes.
Did I say something? Hold on. Let's reason just like how you started. Let's reason. Did I say something that did not happen?
What is it witch hunting?
Now ask you a question. Did I say something that did not happen?
Yes, you said it.
Okay, good. Well, if you know it did not happen, then we cannot have a conversation.
Well, what happened?
Well, I just tell you, if you know it did not happen, then it doesn't make sense us having a conversation, sir.
No, President, no. The Prime Minister was sworn in on Friday at 2 o'clock. But you said that they started witch hunting already.
Did I say the Prime Minister started witch hunting?
No, you didn't say the Prime Minister.
Exactly. I said they have started witch hunting. I never said Prime Minister Mitchell. I never said that. So you cannot accuse me of that.
No, you didn't say that.
Right. But if you hold on, listen to me, please. If you follow the trend of the persons on social media, then you will see what I'm talking about. If you
social media.
Well, if you don't do them, that's not. You can't blame me for that. For you not knowing information that you should know, you can't blame me for that, brother. If you are not following the social media trend, and if you're not up to the social media trend, then it's not necessarily my responsibility to bring it to you.
Well, this is what I'm asking. Who started the witch hunting?
Yeah, but caller.
I wish you could tell me that.
Carl Caton is speaking to you. Are you hearing Carl Caton?
I heard. Well, I don't know.
No, are you hearing him now? Carl, say something to him. Say good morning.
No.
Caller, morning.
Did you hear him just say good morning to you?
I heard it from the radio.
Well, yeah. So listen to the radio. Listen to the radio, and he will speak to you.
What I want to bring to the caller, he comes here and try to defend something that he is claiming he don't have knowledge of. So, caller, like I say, let's be civil in
I
every
don't want
way.
to raise up the volume on the radio to
Yes, go ahead. Raise up the volume on the radio. We'll tell you if it's too loud. Go on. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right, Carl. Go ahead.
Yes, so caller, what I'm saying to you, you don't have the information to back up that no witch hunting has started.
True.
Because as you say, you're not one on social media, so you haven't been reading the advice and recommendation coming from that area, which was an area vastly used in the campaign to convince people to support the particular government. For you to come here and just trying to defend off the back, it seems a little
I'm not
touchy.
defending anybody.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get that from you.
Because what I heard the Prime Minister said on when he sworn in, there will be changes to be made, which like it's called NAWASA, he called Airport Authority, he called Port Authority, and different places.
Well, of course. Well, I would expect him to make, Carl, hold on. I would expect the Prime Minister to make changes in those areas. Because I believe in the policy as set out by Ronald Reagan when he won the elections. And Ronald Reagan changed from the, how you call it, the chief of staff. He changed from the chief of staff down to the gardener in the White House. Everybody was changed. And I'm one of those who believes, between me and you, brethren, caller, I'm one of those who believes that all PSAs should, whereas Prime Minister Mitchell does not really believe in contract workers, but I believe that all PSAs should be working on contract. So that so hold on, Carl, once their party loses election, the party who has them on contract, they're gone. And new PSAs come in. Because most of the time, just a little iota to cross the fence for a project could be done can be stopped by one of them for whatever reason.
I'm glad you said that, Andrew.
No, you see, what happened to you, caller, is that you heard a statement and you took it entirely out of context.
I'm glad you said that because when NDC came into power in 2008, when the same governor of the central bank, you call it, Timothy Antoine, when people was asking Nazim Bok to change him, Timothy Antoine as the prominent secretary in Ministry of Finance, he said no.
I'm not aware of that, but he should have changed him. As far as I'm concerned, he should have changed him. Let me tell you something. You cannot go. Okay, Carl, go on.
But Carla, in democracy, Westminster style, once the party lose, like all people on the statutory board and orders, they have to wait for the government they have to tender the resignation one time. And as you spoke, as you reach to the commissioner of police, but as you talk to the commissioner of police, if this present prime minister is not comfortable with the present commissioner of police, he has to go to. You don't want to have people working. You don't want to have people working with that you're not comfortable. Just as the cabinet secretary, the prime minister wants to have a cabinet secretary that he's comfortable with, and if you is the present one and he's not comfortable with you, you have to go. So it's nothing about what you're saying about the commissioner. If this present prime minister is not comfortable with this present commissioner of police, he has to go. That's the Westminster style of governance.
So what you said, we're going right back to what you said in the beginning, caller. And if you are correct that the past prime minister called Mr. William Thompson and told him that I cannot work with you, well, let me tell you something. That is the best thing. At least William Thompson knows where the man is coming from. If I tell you I can't work with you and I will have to change you, that's the best thing, than me doing so and have you there and walking around you. Don't you believe?
I thought that was the duty of the Public Service Commissioner.
No. Hold on. You've gone too far. Would you prefer me tell you I cannot work with you? Or do you want me to work around you? So you in the middle and you know nothing about what's going on and I'm doing everything around you. Which one do you prefer?
Well, the last one.
The last one, walk around you?
No, work with you.
So if I can't walk with you, I tell you I can't walk with you?
But is it the place of the Prime Minister to call him and tell him that? Or
Yes.
should have recommended?
No. He and the Prime Minister, they basically have to interact every day. Okay, because remember that William Thompson, as Commissioner of Police, is in charge of the security of the state. And he has to report to his boss, who is the Minister of National Security. So if you are to report to me and I ain't trust you, should I continue having you working there? Think about it.
No.
Right. So Keith Mitchell was correct when he said to Willan, I can't work with you, brother. Because he doesn't trust him.
Caller, one of the things we have to understand, we have to take out caller in a lot of things. Take out caller, forget out caller. And like I tell you,
I'm not talking about caller.
No, listen, we are having a discussion, caller. Let us have a discussion. Now, if the present Prime Minister is not comfortable working with the present Commissioner, he shouldn't be forced to keep him.
No.
Because remember, confidence and trust in security and other things in the country is of paramount importance. Just like the present Prime Minister had his detail of police officers working with him. The new Prime Minister coming, so should you force him to keep these men around him? No. He has to get men around him whom he is comfortable with.
Oh, that's what I was coming to. Is it in the place of the Prime Minister to choose his security, or the Commissioner of Police give him security?
The Commissioner of Police can give him. Yeah, the permission. Hold on, let me answer him. The Commissioner of Police can give him, and he can do so and say, I don't want that person. Or I don't want this. These are the names of. Because remember, in all of this, the Prime Minister will have people who know. The Prime Minister, like it or not, the Prime Minister is going to have a couple of people in the police force who knows. And they are going to advise him and say, sir, do not take this guy. Sir, put this guy in charge of your security detail, and you all will sit down and put the detail together. That is what is going to happen.
Okay,
but Andre, just to add.
But in the next.
And hold on, Carl is saying something to you. Carl, go ahead. Carl, go ahead.
The Prime Minister is the boss of the Commissioner of Police. Don't forget that part.
Say that again.
The Commissioner of Police boss is the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security. So the Minister of National Security could dictate who he wants in his detail.
Even though that you are not a member of the police force?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Because you see, here's what. If you let me give you my for instance, Carl. The driver of Prime Minister Thomas, I'm speaking Tillman Thomas here, was not a police. He was the driver of Mr. Thomas, doing regular things like before the campaign, during the campaign. Right, he was right. And then afterwards he became.
Yeah, they bring him in.
He became a police because Prime Minister Thomas wanted him to continue driving, and you cannot drive the Prime Minister unless you're a police officer.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So it's a good thing you called this morning. You know? It's a good thing you hold on, listen. Let me give you a joke. It's a good thing you think about some stupidness and you call me, let me clear it up for you. That was supposed to be a joke, you're supposed to laugh.
No. Because this is what I was about to say, that because one of his security, the bodybuilder, he was never a policeman.
You understand.
Top security.
Right. So you understand. You can, if there's somebody that you really trust, remember, at the end of the day, you are the Minister of National Security. So you can say to the commissioner, look, I'd like this person in, and you do all the things necessary if he has to do an exam and whatever, you have him do the exam, run all the checks and balances against the person, and you bring the person in. There's nothing wrong in that.
Okay, one
Why you say about the bodybuilder?
The person you said who was driving Prime Minister Thomas at the time.
Say that again?
The person you said who was just driving Tillman Thomas at the time, he become Prime Minister, and then he become
the driver of the Prime Minister.
The driver of the Prime Minister become a policeman. Is he still a policeman?
I believe, Carl, is he still a police officer? Yeah, he is, still.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, he is. Remember that once you become a policeman, they won't make you go if the Prime Minister is not the Prime Minister. They can't. You just have to continue doing your work. Maybe put you in Petit Martinique, but you continue to do your work.
Why you make you... No, I won't do that.
Why send him in Petit Martinique? Petit Martinique is part of Grenada.
Why made William Thompson go, but he didn't make him go. He was still...
He did not make William Thompson go.
That's why I came back and...
Yeah. Careful now, careful.
I came back and I laughed and I changed. All right, man, it was nice talking to you.
It was brilliant talk. It was really nice. Awesome talking to you, my brother. Take care of yourself. Where are you calling from, though?
Right next door to you. When I say next door to you, opposite you.
Opposite me? I don't know.
No, you know me, you know me very well.
I can't say that I do.
I know your mother, I know your sisters, I know your brother, the one who died.
Hold on. If you know all the people and then you call me talking shit with this, you don't know our sense then.
I met your sister in New York some time ago.
You know what I say?
Yeah, say that again.
If you know all that people, you know my mother, my brother, my sister, everybody, and you come in and talk shit with this, you don't know our sense then.
No, I talking shit to you. I know your mother since she was working in WR Friday, then she was by the Hoggins and everything.
Good. Anyway, have a nice morning, man.
Take care, man. Take care, bye.
Take care of yourself. Good. Carl, you know what is interesting here and what is important, as you say, what is important to note here is that this caller, I appreciate him. He called and he made something, he didn't cuss and quarrel, but he said, hey, this is what. And we are able to say, hey, brethren, no, this is not what happened. And this is not what we said. And we parted, if you understand, Carl, we ended that conversation on very, very good terms, didn't we?
Yeah, because, Andrea, that is the way we have to go.
We've got another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew Donald. You know you will expect me calling, eh?
Teresa.
Good morning, Carl. Mr. Carl, good morning.
Morning.
Get some weather last night and even this morning. I want to say good morning to all my Grenadians home and abroad. Mr. Watts, good morning, Patricia, that listen every day and looking at you live in the studio right now.
Mm-hmm.
Patty, good morning. Yes, and morning to everybody, you know. And I had a lovely service yesterday as every Sunday. And I get my big right still, Mr. Donald.
You get right again?
What happened to you, man? That man. Good morning, Dr. Kit Mitchell. Good morning. And to Mama Mitchell, good morning. And Donald, that was the best day in my life for a long, long time. I feel so great and loved by Dr. Kit Mitchell. This type of what people say. I want Grenadians who are listening to me. I make that choice. Camille Teresa Scott make that choice to support the NNP. And I'll stay with the NNP till I die. Grenadians always get it. I hope always get it. Put it down in the system and leave it there. And Andrew Donald, I was well treated yesterday from church. We had a wonderful service. And I admire that man. And, you know, he thanked everybody. And he told me, stop worrying myself. You understand? And the police officer dropped Miss Camille right on his step. And I just walk up my step. As I go, Grenada, you all can stop that. You know what hurt me? And it's still hurting me, Mr. Donald? Just listen to me, so Eric Matthew Gary built the school of medicine. Maurice Bishop under the airport. Dr. Keith Mitchell, in his reign, he did so much. And the mouth of the people that are listening to, bossmen, civil servants, ordinary Grenadians, saying that money do nothing. You don't see them putting costs on their own country? Their own country, they're putting costs on, not on Keith Mitchell. I mean, it works. And all the ministers in the NNP, good morning to all of y'all. All you put all your hands together and sign some document for your children to go to a university and to go away and study. And all you say, they do not, my God, Mr. Donald, afraid some people. Yolan, good morning, darling, I love you. Love you with all my heart. Mr. Donald, I mean, come on. If you don't have nothing to say, when the public listen, you don't say nothing at all. You understand me? Don't say nothing. Because he did. Everybody do something. Hey, that didn't bother any man what all you say, you know. That man is a strong, Mr. Well, I don't know. That man's strong. He high belly. And you all have a good day.
Yes,
I
love.
didn't know still.
All right, take care, darling.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Andre, and how is it? Your son? Is he listening? Darling, if I young again, you didn't get nowhere. I walk on mine now. If I the young again, that little darky, that nice darky, smooth. And I walk and take care of that boy. And you and the mother couldn't say nothing. Hey, the old man does take care of the man, you know.
I hear you, love.
He's smooth and nice. And the Andre of Vex, I love you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Take care, yourself.
Xander,
Yeah.
are they home still? Bye-bye.
Okay, great.
Bye-bye.
Carl.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Fluffy yet.
But I don't, and I thought about Fluffy over the weekend, you know. Well, actually, somebody asked me, but I wonder how Fluffy doing. I said, don't worry, man, he go call the radio.
Yeah,
Fluffy.
I expect him to call. Yeah. Don't worry, we won't ask you for a roti that it was. Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Andre, just one thing with you. I would like you, with your influence, to make sure that you can rally with Dr. Mitchell so that they can have some sort of relook as soon as possible within the different constituencies. I would like you
Me? I don't understand that.
I would like you to use your good office to see if you can get Dr. Mitchell and the rest of the executive of the New National Party to start holding some sessions, because there will be questions that we'll have to answer when this new government takes hold. So it is good that for the executive of the party should meet so that we could put some information together, because there are times when they're going to say things that doesn't have all the truth in it, and people will need to answer. You heard what the gentleman said just now to you?
Well, let me just tell you this, Cliff. I don't think that I have that sort of a clout or influence. That will be a decision and a judgment call for the party to make for themselves, whether or not they want to have sessions like these, and whether or not, if they want it on radio, whether or not they're able to bear the cost of it. So that's a decision for them to make, not for me.
Well, yes, I agree that decision for them to make, but I'm saying that you have some influence on bodies in the party.
Not necessarily. No, that's what you think. That's what a lot of people thought. That is not correct.
Well, if you will know better, but I just feel that we're going to get a lot of these things coming up, like what the gentleman said, because we know definitely the new Prime Minister said that he met with the Commissioner of Police already, you know, this Commissioner.
Well, he should have met with him.
He met with him on either Friday or Saturday. He met with him. He met with the permanent secretaries. He met with different personnel already. So he's doing the very same thing that Dr. Mitchell did. He's doing the very same thing.
The first person, and Carl Caton could probably say, put thing to this, but the first person that the Prime Minister elect should well, not Prime Minister elect, because we don't necessarily elect Prime Ministers, we elect a party. But the first person the Prime Minister should meet with when he would have realized that, the political leader would have realized that his party has won the elections, is the police commissioner. That's one of the first persons he has to meet with.
Yeah, well, he did meet with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
There's nothing wrong in that.
He met with the cabinet secretary and all. So he's on the same pathway that Dr. Mitchell took, based on my understanding. So I don't know what people worry about. He's on the same pathway, based on what I heard from his own voice, that he is on the same pathway. And he did say that Dr. Mitchell called him. He didn't call Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell called him. And after congratulating him, agreed to work in the interest of Grenada. So they are fitting on the same pathway to me. But I'm saying that we will hear things from time to time that we will need to be cleared. And the only way we could get them clear is by hearing from the government, from the opposition side, which was the government. So I'm saying that all office that could be used, and that's why I influence you, say it on you, because I know that you do have some influence on certain people. I'm aware of that.
All right.
Good.
Thank you. Ooh la 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 la.
Ooh la la.
Just ooh la 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 la. You don't like that?
Just in connection with what Clifford just said, the new National Party and the persons who won their seats and would be in opposition are quite capable and are ready to defend whatsoever comes their way on the ground. I have no fear of that. So,
say that again, Carl.
The new National Party persons in opposition are quite capable of defending allegations coming their way. There will be allegations, there will be saying, but you have the houses of parliament would be the one where the nation business would be discussed and questions would be answered and asked. And I am sure, cocksure, that the opposition is quite ready to represent.
Anyway, Carl, we got to wrap it just about now because we've got the cricket coming up.
It was nice doing it again. And we will continue so to do.
Yeah. So I'll catch you again, my brother. Take care
but
of yourself.
We have to speak sometime today. So
well, when I would have gotten the cricket started, I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
All right.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Stay off. We've got news and then some great music for you as you stand by for the cricket. This is Real FM Radio.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to